What's up, YouTube? It's EGF.Ron back with another amazing video. If you can't tell by the title, we are dealing with the epidemic. We're dealing with the generational, societal problem right now. And I mean, I describe myself as more of a progressive type of man with some things. And I kind of feel like this is one of them things where like I'm on that side about, man. But hey, before I even get to say what side I'm on with this situation, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get 2,000 subs. Y'all killed the sub button the last video. Y'all killed the like button the last video. I have nothing but love for that. If you knew or if you joined from last video, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. Today, this woman almost put hands on another woman over not getting tipped. Before I can even explain this situation even more in depth, I'm gonna let y'all get somewhat of a taste of how hostile this environment was.
How much work it was and why I should be getting a tip because of how much work this was.
No, you don't deserve a tip. You certainly don't.
Why do I not?
You're crushing the ramen noodles for one.
With it. Yes, the ramen noodles are perfectly fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they're not.
They're perfectly fine.
You crush them.
They're not crushed. And why does it matter anyways? I'm taking it back to the store.
They're
not for you anymore. They're not for you anymore.
Now, if you can't tell by the context going on, we're about 30 seconds into the clip. Basically, the woman got a bunch of food for the other lady and she wanted to get tipped. She did not get tipped. Therefore, she's going to take all this food back to the store. First of all, that's robbery. So the title, the thing that might be in this title isn't clickbait. That's robbery. What kind of irks me in these situations is you signed up for this job. If you do DoorDash, if you do Instacart, if you do Grubhub, any of these things, you know, just like how I know, you're not entitled to a tip. And another thing that kind of like blew me in this situation is that they don't force you to take these orders. You accept this order with the knowledge of how much money you're gonna get for doing it. Why are you acting like this once you get to the stop? Once you done loaded all that stuff in your car, you're gonna waste your time and go all the way back to the store and unload all that stuff potentially, even though I know it didn't work that way. It was no point. You're wasting your time. You're probably gonna lose your job or you're kicked off whatever site you're on. And more importantly, you're just a dumbass. You signed up. That lady did not make you accept her order. Me personally, when it comes to the whole tipping thing, this was on Twitter and I responded and gave my honest opinion to it. A lot of people may hate this, but it's not my responsibility to employ people. It's called get a better paying job. You do not have to accept those orders as a choice. You signed up for that. I'm paying bills just like you. Therefore, I am not giving extra. And I stand on that. Unless I'm going out to eat with my girlfriend who makes me do it, I'm not tipping you. I'm not cheap either. I waste money all the time. I give money to the homeless and all that other sweet good shit. I'm not trying to say that I'm broke, and I'm not trying to say that I'm rich. Like I said, I'm paying bills just like you. But in certain situations, like I don't really feel like I'm entitled to tip. I don't think it's my job to pay you as a delivery driver. You chose that job. Now again, I kind of feel a little bit more sympathy for people that like work at restaurants making $5 an hour. But for the most part, I don't think anybody should make DoorDash or Instacart their main or primary job. And if you are, I've done it at one point, so I'm speaking from experience. It's not my priority to pay you. It's not my priority to give you extra money because of the choices you made. You made a choice like me. I decided not to tip you and you decided to take this order. It's a back and forth exchange. DoorDash is expensive. The amount of money they add onto your order, unless you get DoorDash Pass, which I have, or Instacart Plus, it's a lot of money. And I could be very understanding if someone doesn't want to tip a driver for getting their groceries when it's already a lot of money. Yeah, you could go to the store and get it yourself, but that's why I'm paying the service. It's not my fault that service isn't paying you enough. I'm paying for a service. You work for said service. Service is supposed to pay you, not me. And that's genuinely how I feel about it. And I agree with the people that's on that side of the fence. Now, I can't play devil's advocate and understand the whole wanting to be empathetic, sympathetic part that these people are doing more than a service, like taking the food to your door, But my counter to that would just be that it's not my fault that you chose this way of living. It's not my fault. You know what you signed up for. When I was doing this and I didn't get tipped, I didn't have no hard feelings. I just didn't accept the order. That's just what comes with the game. Yeah, you might be sitting in a parking lot for an hour waiting for an order that's to your bar or your standard, but you accepted my order. Don't get mad at me when you know what you got into.
I just told you why I should get a tip. I had to pack all of this in my car and bring it to you guys and unpack it. You did not pay me. You paid the service. You paid the delivery app.
Food, okay?
You paid the delivery app. You did not pay me. Do you not understand that? No, I'm taking all of this back.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No,
you guys can get your refund, and another delivery driver can deal with you guys. I'm not going to deal with it.
No, you're stealing.
No, I'm not stealing it. I'm taking it back.
How do we know you're going to take it back to the store? How do we know you're going to take it back to the store?
You'll get a receipt. Trust me.
No,
you'll get your receipt.
I won't.
Yeah, you will. I'm gonna go take it back to the store.
I just don't. You can get fired over
all this stuff, so I don't have a reason.
And this right here is why I understand why people was calling her broke. It is coming off like you're begging for a tip. Like, I'm not gonna go that far because I don't believe in making assumptions off of any situations or labeling people. That's just not who I am or where I'm at a lot of this. It's giving broke. It feels like you're trying to blackmail them into tipping you so they don't have to go through the whole situation.
Reason to have it, so I'm gonna take it back to the store.
$400
I don't care how much it was.
You're stealing.
I'm not stealing it. I'm taking it back to the store.
No,
What
you
don't
are.
understand?
You are. You're gonna go
Clearly,
to jail.
you're not understanding because I'm telling you right now, it's going back to the store. You guys can get your money back and you can hire another driver.
Okay, this looks like legitimately $400 worth of stuff. No, we can't see everything, but in the case that it is, okay, again, I did DoorDash, I did Instacart for like when I was 18 to like 22 years. If it's a $400 order or even a $300 order, she's making bank from the order even if they don't tip. She's making bank. I thought this was like a $50 order, $60 order. Yeah, those orders you aren't gonna make that much money, maybe $15, $10. But if this is a $300 or $400 order, she made bank and she's just doing this for, she's just being greedy, which is why I said, yeah, this is screaming broke. You made a lot of money from this order. I guarantee you. I understand that y'all are taking my word for this, but I did this for years. She's making a lot of money off this order and she's just being greedy, yo.
You can't just take things.
Go ahead and drive her another driver.
No, you can't take.
Go ahead and drive. Get another driver to.
You can't take things that don't belong to you. You clearly don't understand how this. To confirm the order, it's my property.
That doesn't matter.
Or do you not understand what property
get your
is?
refund back so that I don't have to deal with you guys anymore.
No, you're gonna lose your job.
No, and at this point, I'd rather lose my job than have to deal with you guys. At this point,
So you're
I'll just
gonna
give
load all of it up.
I'm gonna load it all back
You
up
are
and
so
get you guys
illogical.
and get you guys' return.
I feel like this is just a waste of time. You're just wasting your time.
I'd
That's
rather
probably
waste
why.
my time than deal with you guys at this point. I'd rather you guys deal with another delivery person, and then you can see that they're gonna have an issue as well because
We're not.
you're not tipping.
No, they're not. And you are wasting your time. You're making a decent amount of money from this order. I feel like this confrontation is very unnecessary and it's low-key annoying me at this point. You know when videos annoy me, we don't always make to the end of it. You unloaded the shit, got their attention, they came outside to get their shit. You just wanted to start an argument because you're practically begging for money. You're gonna lose your job, and more importantly, you're wasting your own time. Doing these orders take like 2 hours, up to sometimes even 3 hours, especially with $400. We're talking like 2 to 3 hours worth of grocery shopping, packing your car up, paying for it. This looks like it's during the day. The grocery shops be packed during the day, full of people Instacarting and DoorDashing. So again, about 3 to 4 hours worth of grocery shopping, ringing things up, bagging stuff, bringing it to your car, driving to however far their house is, and then unpackaging. And you're gonna do that process all over again. I understand some people stand on business and they got pride and principle, but at some point you gotta let that shit go. You're wasting your time, money, and potentially your job. I don't know if you live off this or not, but bro, it's not that deep. I promise you it's not. Just take the L. If you think it's L, just take the L. It's not though. I guarantee you she made at least 40 from this order. Guarantee she made at least 40.
Then you're gonna have to.
I mean, tipping is optional for a reason.
It's gonna become a cycle. It's gonna keep.
If they
happening.
wanted it to be like mandatory, why didn't they make this like
I
a
don't
thing?
know. I don't make the rules for these apps. I just work
I mean,
for
then
it. And
why
I'm
don't you
wondering
complain
why
to
you
them
guys
and
don't
just give us
tip.
our food?
We do complain. Have you not been hearing about the strikes? Do you guys not watch the news?
Do a better job.
What?
Do a better job.
I did a great job actually. I delivered all this stuff to you. I loaded it, unloaded it, and I got it here early. So I'm confused how I didn't do a good job and why I don't deserve a tip. That's how you show your appreciation.
Well, clearly you don't deserve a tip. You're not even giving me my groceries.
Well, no, I'm not, because you guys didn't tip me. Like, what are you understanding?
You don't deserve a tip. It's optional.
Okay, I don't deserve.
And just because it's optional doesn't give you the right to
Great, you said I don't
take
deserve a
my
tip, so now I'm
groceries.
gonna return it back, and you guys can get your.
She's spitting it. It's optional though. This argument is just stupid. They're just going back and forth. And like I said, she's just trying to blackmail this lady and her husband for money. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. You're just broke and you want money.
Money
Literally
back.
taking my groceries.
Yeah, I'm taking your groceries
You're
back to the store.
stealing my
I'm
groceries.
taking your groceries back to the store.
Okay, so you're stealing my groceries,
I'm
taking them back to
taking
the
them back to the
store,
store.
and then I'm gonna get you fired.
Go ahead.
Because
Go
you stole
ahead.
my groceries, and then I'm gonna call
Okay,
cops.
okay.
That's $300
Go
worth of
ahead.
charges right there. So that's a misdemeanor.
Go
Or it's
ahead.
a felony for you.
Go ahead.
I just
want to
I want to lay out the logic of
Go
all
ahead
of
and
this
lay it out for
you.
me. You guys are gonna get your refund back, and then
No.
you guys can deal with
It's
it
more
from
than
there.
just
It's
a
not,
refund.
It
You've
has nothing to
stolen.
do with me anymore. So once I return those back to the store, it's up to them for what they do.
All right,
for you,
you know
okay?
what? You take everything.
I'm
You take
going to.
everything,
Yeah.
and you have a great day. We are going
You
to
too.
report this.
Go ahead.
Probably gonna keep it for herself.
That's what I'm thinking, but.
The moral of the story is tipping is optional. Don't ever do what this lady did if you do work for one of these delivery apps. And more importantly, like I said before, you chose this. You did. Again, I have a tiny bit of sympathy for people that work in restaurants. And again, you chose that job. You work in a restaurant, you're making $5 an hour, you chose that job. You can go work in a factory and get 15 to 20 to spend, depending on where you live. You can go work at McDonald's nowadays and get like 14. You're choosing this. You're betting that you're gonna get tips when you do these things. And you know that there's a choice there's an option or there's a possibility that you're not gonna get said tips and your money may not be as much as you think it is. But I'm gonna end it with that because I'm kind of irritated with the black lady now, and that's it. I love y'all more than I love myself. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. I didn't mean to sound like a broken record this video, but hey, y'all stayed to the end, so that means y'all liked it. I'm out. Peace.